People in Elkhorn and Western Douglas County will be picking a state senator for the upcoming general election. The current senator, Linehan, is seeking a second term. She beat challenger Allison Heimes in the primary, and the two are now in for a rematch. Reporter John Kipper spoke with both candidates in West Omaha and tells you why each one wants your vote.
State Senator Linehan has made it her mission to bring down property taxes. This session, a bill that would redo the state funding formula for schools, was opposed by many school administrators and eventually failed. She helped steer a compromise that gave some amount of property tax relief to Nebraskans. She still wants to do more.
I think the more we educate people, both educators and the population, all Nebraskans, about how it works, and they see how unfair it is to some children versus other children, I think we'll see changes.
Her opponent, Allison Heimes, says changing the school funding formula is necessary, and that she also wants to bring down property taxes. But she says she'd have a different approach.
That was one of Luann's weaknesses when she was in the legislature, is that a lot of the superintendents, a lot of the people involved in making decisions for schools didn't feel that they were involved in that decision, and thus they opposed it.
Heimes first got interested in running after her brother Matthew died.
He passed away from suicide. So after he passed away, I sort of became an advocate for mental health awareness and suicide prevention.
She wants to funnel in more money to mental health hospitals and social and addiction services. She also wants to bring mental health workers into schools.
Getting ahead of it by providing those services early in the schools is why I think that's so important.
Linehan says she's proud to help pass a bipartisan bill that allows mental health patients to direct their treatment to a family member before there's an emergency.
I think if people become aware of it and it's used, I think it can be really helpful so people don't have to be in a crisis before we can get them help.
It appears likely the state will be in a pandemic when the legislature returns in January. Linehan wants to pass liability protections for businesses and schools, making it difficult to sue if a business owner or district followed government mandates.
They have to do their job and have to make sure they're doing everything to keep children careful, but they also, and businesses shouldn't be exposed to lawsuits that are frivolous, that if we don't get this fixed is going to happen.
Heimes says this is one issue that separates the two candidates.
Hers is very business focused and mine's more people focused. So, mine's about how do we protect those essential workers? How do we get that rapid testing for those essential workers and just average citizens as well?
Linehan says there's another major difference between herself and her Democratic opponent.
I'm a Republican and she is not. Limited government, self-reliance. Government should do what it has to do, but it shouldn't do everything for people.
In Elkhorn, John Kipper, 3 News Now.